It was raining hard that Monday morning, the kind of cold, gray rain that made everyone rush to their cars, hunch their shoulders, and hurry to work. But for Ethan, a single dad barely holding his life together, being late wasn't an option. His boss had warned him last week, one more late day, and you're out. So, with his little daughter's backpack packed, breakfast dishes still in the sink, and his heart pounding with stress, Ethan sped off toward the office, hoping the storm wouldn't make him late again. But fate had other plans. As he turned onto the country road that cut his commute by 15 minutes, he saw a silver car pulled over on the side. The hazard lights blinked weakly through the rain. Standing beside it was a woman in a bright red dress, holding her stomach, very pregnant, and clearly in distress. For a second, Ethan hesitated. He glanced at the clock on his dashboard, 7:42 a.m. He had just 18 minutes to clock in. He couldn't risk it. But then he saw her shift her weight, one hand gripping the car for balance. Something about the scene hit him hard, maybe because he remembered his late wife, Anna, going through the same pain when she was pregnant with their daughter, Lily. He sighed, pulled over, and grabbed his umbrella. Hey there, before we get deeper into this emotional story, make sure to subscribe to Kindness Lights, where we share real and inspiring stories that remind us how powerful compassion can be. If this story touches your heart, hit that like button, and let us know in the comments what kindness means to you. Now, let's get back to Ethan's story. Ethan jogged toward the woman, rain soaking his shoes. "Ma'am, are you okay?" he asked, holding the umbrella over her. Her face was pale. "My car just stopped, and I think," she winced, holding her stomach tighter, "I think the baby's coming soon." Ethan's heart skipped. Okay, don't worry. I'll call for help." He fumbled for his phone, calling 911, his voice shaky as he gave the operator their location. When he hung up, he looked back at her car. "Do you have anyone I can call?" She shook her head. "No, it's just me." Ethan hesitated. He knew waiting for an ambulance could take a while out here. He looked at his car, then back at her. "Come on," he said gently. "Let me drive you to the hospital." The woman's eyes widened. "I can't ask you to do that." "You're not asking," he said. "I can't leave a pregnant woman out here." He helped her into his car, covered her with his jacket, and started driving as fast as he safely could. Every stoplight, every mile, felt like an eternity. She was breathing heavily, clutching his arm now and then. Between contractions, she whispered, "You're kind." Most people would have just driven past. Ethan smiled faintly. "My mom used to say kindness is never wasted. Guess I'm trying to prove her right." They made it to the hospital just in time. Nurses rushed her inside, and Ethan waited in the hallway, drenched, exhausted, and knowing he was already over an hour late for work. His phone buzzed with a text from his boss, "Don't bother coming in. You're fired." Ethan just stared at the screen, numb. He had bills to pay. A daughter to feed. And now, no job. Still, as he looked toward the maternity ward doors, hearing the cries of newborns and the hurried voices of nurses, he couldn't bring himself to regret what he'd done. After a while, a nurse came out. "Sir, she's asking for you." He blinked, confused. "Me?" "Yes," the nurse said, smiling. "She wanted to thank you." He walked into the room quietly. The woman was lying in bed, cradling a tiny baby in her arms. Her eyes were tired but glowing. "You made it just in time," she said softly. "I don't even know your name." "Ethan," he said, smiling. "I'm just glad you and the baby are okay." She looked at him for a long moment, as if memorizing his face. "You said you had to get to work. Did you make it?" He hesitated. "Not exactly. I got fired." Her expression changed, guilt, shock, and something else. "I'm so sorry. I didn't mean for that to happen. He shrugged, forcing a smile. It's okay. Some things are worth more than a job. 2 days later, Ethan was sitting at home, scrolling through job listings, when he heard a knock on the door. He opened it, and there she was, standing in a crisp business suit, holding a bouquet of flowers and an envelope. "Ethan," she said with a warm smile, "I hope I'm not intruding." He was speechless. You're the woman from the car." "Yes," she said, laughing softly. "And I wanted to thank you properly. You saved both me and my baby." She handed him the envelope. Inside was a letter, and a job offer. "I'm the CEO of Brightpath Industries," she explained. "The company you worked for. I own it." Ethan's mouth fell open. "Wait, what? You own?" "Yes," she said kindly. "And when HR told me someone got fired for being late that same morning, well, I recognized the name." He couldn't believe what he was hearing. "I don't usually get to meet people who act out of pure kindness," she continued. "You didn't know who I was. You didn't stop because of who I might be, you stopped because it was the right thing to do. That's the kind of person I want leading my team." She smiled, handing him a second document. "This isn't just your job back, Ethan. It's a promotion.